Well, hello there everyone, welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily Jane. Today we find ourselves at Dresden Station on the Dresden Riesa, Dresden to Riesa route by Dovetail Games. Hop into the cab of the class of the IC2 train we're driving today, which is basically a push-pull Dosto set for intercity services with a DBBR146 on the back. In the front, what we'll do is we'll set the reverser to forward, we'll unlock the desk, press Shift 5, Shift 6, Shift 7, Shift 8. And that then sets all our safety systems up. There's not much else left to do, except raise the pantograph on the loco. And then once now that that's raised, connect the MCB, and that gives us traction power. So that is us prepared for departure. As you can see, we're at Dresden again. Actually, sorry, there is one more thing we can do, and that's set the destination display up. And that's Shift and numpad Enter, and we're going to Berlin. There you go. There's Berlin, and we can also set our headlights up. So we'll just use the marker light setting as it is daytime. So you can see this is the lower level of Dresden with an RE service leaving. It's a DBBR442. Yep, looks like he's on his RB31 on his way to Elsterade. So over here is where we started the last video from, that we were in Dresden, where we went down to Schorne. This was the platform we left from in the Vectron. I say this time we are over this side though, in our IC2 set. The IC2 is a pretty awesome bit of kit in my opinion. It's basically a Dosto, the idea is it's basically a Dosto set with long distance seats inside. And it's designed for the IC services that didn't exceed 160. It's basically just a cheaper alternative to another multiple unit. So I'll take power. Got to acknowledge the departure signal. How nice of you. So that was completely random. We got swung springs on there because I literally could see I had my finger on the acknowledge switch, which is a shame. But we'll clear that and we'll take power and we'll get out of here. So power off, power on. Let's get out of here. You can hear the power starting to apply now. Well, the brakes are actually coming off, so we'll just hold it in quick release. There you go, there goes the brake power. So our start speed is 60 kilometers an hour, and our next stop is Dresden Neustadt, and about 3.8k. So it's about a mile, really 2 miles, so not very far at all. So you can see we've got a DOS stock set coming into the lower level. Well, actually, I could go into full power at this point, technically, to get up to 60, but you can see it accelerates rapidly in full power. So we'll just coast around here. Now, I'll just show off the difference between the generations of Dosto, because this is the newer generation to what runs on, well, what Dovetail have put in the game, which is the train coming, the Dosto set coming the other way. So we'll have a look at that as we go past. You can see the 146 pulling it as well, so it's a very similar formation that runs for the RB services. You can see if I go to an external view and just coast along here, hit my PZB, you can see the real difference is just from pretty much the air dams up. They're very similar trains, you know, passenger compartment wise, just different paint scheme and different front ends. That's the difference. And we've got an anime driver. Put a little bit of power on just to keep us going. You can see we've got 422 coming the other way. Actually, I'm only going to do one way on this run because obviously Bahnstrecke Riesa Dresden's coming as part of the thingy run. My words fail me again. As part of the run from, sorry, it's part of, not the run, well, it'll be part of the rush hour expansion for Train Sim World 2, which looks like it's going to be pretty good. Having a new passenger system in Train Sim World 2 is going to be really great. Yeah, it's going to be pretty up there. You know, it's going to allow for us to, be able to, you know, I'm hoping, basically, I know what the tech was that was talked about when I was at Dovetail pretty much a year ago, and that was going to come to Train Sim World 2 because I hated the passenger system at the time. You know, just the fact that there's about 4 variations of people in it, which I mean is slightly better than this game, but still not that much. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll do a capture once we depart Dresden Neustadt. Oh god! We've got the 80 post there, so I can actually accelerate passing that because, fun fact for you, the way the game, or the way the signal's set up, is basically the speed limit starts well before that sign, so it must be like we merge onto a track. That's just sort of a reminder speed limit. You can see we've got formation running here. We've got a 146 and a 422 coming the way. It's a 442. A 422 is the S-Bahn train on TSW. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way because this gives us more, be a nicer run to do it in Train Sim. We're going the other way, so this will be the one video we do in the train simulator version of Riesa Dresden. Same as I want to do London Brighton, but also I'm conscious that's coming in. I want to do GAT-X with the 460, but then also be the 387 to do it with. And we've never had a proper representation with 387 before, so it'd be quite nice to do it with that. I feel like PTG's already done it with the 460, so I don't know. We'll see. There you go. Welcome to Dresden Neustadt. So yeah, again, I love this station architecture. Oh god, stutter. But it definitely seems sort of like a commuter station in Dresden. You know, have a lot of residential areas around. It's got the river. And nice cathedral of some sort. Very nice. Very nice. Looks like a chapel. I do not know enough about Dresden to tell you what that is. But yeah, you can see you got the 146 here. So this is obviously what's pushing us. Oh, the doors are closed. Let's get out of here. Put the hammer down. So brakes are off. You can see this thing. I'll go to full power acceleration to 80, but it goes like the absolute clappers. There goes a 422 coming. Right, no, it's a 442 coming the other way, not a 422. 442. Yeah, it's a 442-244. That's what it is. But you can see we're already at 80. We can't slow down in time. No lump of brake. There we go. We're actually going down a slope here, so I'm going to keep that 80. Just with a little bit of brake. Guess about 75. Got a flange going on. No, we'll put that much power in because you can see the 160 posters there. Actually, if we can. The thing is, if I put this into full power, you know it's going to be at 160 by the time we go past. Okay, for some reason we're now not getting any power. Power idle. Full power. It just makes. Okay, somehow the reverse has slipped into reverse. GG Train Sim. Right, you'll see 60, 65, 70. For a train, that's okay. It's 4 carriages, but still, it's pretty rapid acceleration. 100. Someone Discord wants my attention. So we're going to stay at 160 for a little while. The speed does drop to 130 for a flyover. That's a ways in the future. So a quick cab tour of the Dosto. It's pretty standard to the Dostos. It's got a couple of extra switches for the new generation. But let me just look into the head. So right to left, got the brake. I'm going to only cover the stuff that's actually simulated and works. You know, stuff like this, you can't click on any of it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But you've got the brake. You've got brake. Sorry, that's brake cylinder. That's brake pipe. This isn't modelled, which is a bit of a shame. It's basically how much tractor effort is being put down by the loco. For some reason, it's duplicated here as well. So that's probably why it's not modelled. You've got the little CIFA pedal appears here when you need to clear CIFA. This is a traction brake pressure indicator. This shows that we're working in Germany. Obviously, it's not simulated, unfortunately, but these can work in Switzerland as well. So that obviously changes over, probably disables some safety systems and enables some others. Speedometer, pretty basic, goes without saying what that is. PZB system stuff all appears down here. This is the Ebola screen, not simulated. You've got the headlights there, so you can go from basically from nothing to full beam. You've got the cab light, you've got the brake release, you've got the sander, door controls, throttle. They hit it over here. Crumbs, acknowledge that. Stand on the brakes, goes down to 130. I knew this flyover was coming, I just didn't know when. Right, down to 130. There we go, power off. Bit of throttle going in, just to sustain us going up the bank. But yes, so we'll go over the bank and do the cab tour once we clear it, because the speed increases quite rapidly. There we go. So basically, as soon as we join this, the speed hits 160 back there pretty much, but we passed the 160 post here. What we'll do is we'll just we'll go half power. There you go. They're trying to be passed now at 160. Let's go. So yeah, up to 160, and we can cruise now. But yeah, so as you can see, even at high end, this thing accelerates pretty rapidly. It's not a particularly long set. I will confirm how long IC2's become, but I am going to probably drive this for one other video. But I'll be driving it from a 187, which is the other train that pulls these. The 146 is nice, but I feel like I just drive the 146 or the Traxxas a lot in Germany. I know that it's one of those. There's a lot of them, but it's nice to have variety in a video, right? So our next speed change to 18.4. That's a ways off, 4 and a bit K. Go to 442. Pull the throttle off a bit. So I got a 120, so put 120 in, slow down for that now. Sorry, I'm trying to arrange a scene for 5M for tonight, so I'm hoping to go back to that as well. I'm going to be a victim for something pretty nasty. I got 200 meters, so we need to be at 200, 10th off, or 120. There you go. Hold the brake release off. 18.8, that's the 120. So really 120, we can just put about that much power on. Pull that speed back. Yeah, I'm arranging a domestic for 5M, so... It's not like I was like, I'm arranging a domestic. See, domestic violence, you know, goes without saying, isn't something that's jokeable, you know, that we should be joking about, and I'm not. But it's just the context of 5M, it just makes it feel strange sometimes. But yeah, this is a nice journey to do. The IC2s I find quite interesting too. So I've been doing, it's weird, I've been doing a lot of cosplay research and all kinds. So I click on my web browser and it pulls up a picture of an anime character. Yeah. Having you commission stuff. That's a 152, hello. So that's actually a Bombardier. No, it's not. It's a Siemens. So they actually, a lot of the German trains of the early 2000s looked so similar. It's really crazy. Anyway, though, so you've got the IC2 for short, or the Intercity 2, is an intercity train formed by bi-level cars of the Deutsche Bahn Fernverkehr, and it's been in operation since 2015. In order to modernise the old intercity cars and increase the vehicle reserve of the long-distance traffic, Bombardier twin-decks double-decker coaches are used in intercity rail traffic with a maximum speed of 160. They're hauled by a D-bag class 160. Love the phrase D-bag, by the way. Coming up on the next speed change, by the way. These coaches are used in German regional express services for intercity services. The coaches will get more comfortable interior than a regional train double-decker coaches. In both classes, only open coaches are provided. There'll be no dining car. The double-decker coaches have been in service since 2015. Unlike most previous IC stock, the new trains marketed as IC2 by DB have a top speed of 160. And are mainly intended for routes where higher speeds are impossible or would be little of no benefit, with the IC4 taking over routes with maximum speeds between 160 and 250. The IC2 is also intended to expand the intercity network to cities that lost their distance connection upon withdrawal of the Interregio. Since 2020, DB has also used 17 Stadler Kiss train sets as IC2 trains on the Dresden to Rostock line. As we go past to 160. Power! Well, actually, I'm going to hold it at 120. Yeah, 160 now. Happy with that. Let me go put a cushion under my butt. I'm wearing just some leggings, so it's like basically just a butt cracks exposed. I know you didn't need to hear that, but my chair is made of leather, and that's what scratchy net material, and that was rubbing on my butt, and I didn't like it, so I got a quick cushion to go under my butt. So we shall see. Right. I'll take this flyover at 160. New. So yeah, we changed main lines a couple of times. So our next speed change is in a while. Around 4k. Negative. No, it's about... Yeah, it's a little further than that. Sorry, my bad. I can't count. That is generally a problem when I can't count, but, you know. Sorry, actually, I just remembered. I haven't done that cab tour, did I? So, right, left to right, got brakes under, brake pressure, not simulated. Brake, train brake, electric brake, loco brake, which seems to just brake on the actual DBP FZA itself. Also, our headlights turned themselves off. Interesting. That'll do me. So we've then got the cab light controls, the headlight controls. I'm fairly sure I talked about this, but speedometer, power brake lever. Sorry, correct. Ow! Stop being so loud, you Atkins. You've got the attractive effort gauge, PZB gauge, reverser, basically cab unlock key. That's a brake unlock key. Basically, that lets the brakes release. That actually activates the controls in the cab. Reverser. Let's just check. Throttle. Main circuit breaker. Pantograph. That obviously controls the loco at the back. You've got PZB acknowledge, PZB override. Correction. PZB acknowledge, PZB release, PZB override. That's the fine controls for the engine. That's all the climate control for the train. Emergency brake. You've also got an emergency brake valve there. I'm not sure where the control is, but this is what the horn sounds like. It's a single tone horn controlled by the N key, for no apparent reason, other than the devs thought it sounded nice. And, yes, that basically, yeah. I'm honestly not sure what that does, but what I don't like about it is I'm still holding the key down for the horn. Got a 130 warning, so that means it's in a kilometre. So yeah, 130 comes in at 79.8. So we'll just see what we're at mileage post-wise. We'll look at the other line for it. 80.4, so it's a K. Let's drop down to 130. And we've got about 15 kilometres to go now. Yeah, 15 or so. See, I don't understand. I got emergency stopped. Well, I've been emergency stopped here 3 times now. I've got no idea why. We didn't go past a signal, didn't go past a speed warning. No clue. But I just accept it, I guess. There you go. Release. Neutral. Forward. And full power. You can see a bit of brake got applied to stop us rolling back. But yeah, so for some reason it also doesn't limit us. So I've got no idea what the cause of that last stop was. But I'll just accept it and go and move on, I guess. So we'll go for 160. Correction 130. We actually dropped to 120 soon, so we'll just put the 120 in the window. Well, not put in the window, but run that. I'm also about to ask someone if we can have a safe word for 5M. Whoops. Come on. Sorry about that, guys. I blame TrainSim for that, not myself. Always TrainSim's fault. You know, if I keep the 2 mistakes quite close together, then yeah. That audio is horrendous. Yeah, you know, that sort of brick-built architecture, I really like that for some reason. I'm not sure why. That probably means I like, but that's sort of 30s, 40s era, isn't it? So yeah, I like a Nazi aesthetic. Whoops. Oh dear. 120 warning. 120 speed correction. We'll just maintain that. So yeah, for some reason I like Nazi architecture. I bet you did not see that coming. Sorry. That's a really inappropriate joke to make. Oh dear. I guess it's sort of semi-stolen as well. It is what it is. You guys know what you come here for. Interesting. But yeah, doesn't 120 feel really slow compared to 160? What else can I talk about? Not much really. It's been, yeah, I've got a 3-day weekend from work because I was really starting to struggle, and I'm going to say this to the people who need to hear it. You're more important than your job is, and more important than your customers are. So if you're not feeling too good at work, take some time off. It'll do you the world of good. There you go. You needed to hear that. That's what I told you. Right. Yeah, it's basically my work is what I can say. All opinions on my own. First of all, is I work with a lot of people who aren't working at the moment. And, you know, unfortunately for a lot of people, that means they're not in a very good place in their lives. And it's quite stressful for them. It's pretty stressful for us too. You know, you always want to help. I always say there are very, very few people in my line of work who aren't there for the right reasons. I'll be totally honest with you, there are people there who shouldn't be. But the majority of us are there to help customers at the end of the day. And it's, you know, it is pretty tough to go home knowing that person you've spoken to on the phone is going to go and sleep in a tent under a bridge tonight. That's pretty tough to hear that. And yeah, you know, I do have a reputation for, you know, sticking my head out and doing, you know, looking stuff up for customers, but it still doesn't make it easy. That's why I've just got a couple of days off, because I've worked really hard this last sort of week and a half, and, you know, made a massive dink in the amount of casework that my team had. So, you know, got a day off, extra day off to help recover from that and help myself feel a bit better. And I mean, it's a day it was day in lieu I had anyway for the Queen's birthday, so it makes very little difference to my annual leave. Well, it makes no difference to it, and it's hours that I have no problem accruing back. Put it that way. So, not that far now until an 80 limit, which is our final speed check on the approach into Dresden. No, correction, Riesa. We left Dresden. Yeah. To be honest, what, 2k to go, so I'm just going to let it coast. I'm going to have my finger ready on the PZB acknowledge. That's a chord that goes to a mainline that heads north. Got a 120 limit, as you can see, still in effect. But we hit 66 in the... Sorry, we hit 80 at 66.2. But I always like to be a little early, as you guys know. That's still 3k. It's enough time still. Put a bit of power back on just to sustain us at this pace. 68.8. You know, I'll put 120 back on the clock for a little while. There we go. So I just hit that. I just out of panic more than anything because I don't want to get emergency stopped. This is my third time trying to film this and getting emergency stopped. So I've got an 18 warning. When we pass this, it'll trigger the PZB. So what I need to do is be pretty rapid on the brake because we've got 20 seconds to get to 85. If we don't do it within 20 seconds, we get emergency braked. From 120, it's not that hard to do, but I always like to just be prompt, and that way I don't get the dreaded Ozawang Spring Sun. Now, for some reason, I've also been getting emergency braked on this bridge, so I'm going to keep my eyes on the line here just to see what actually happens. There it is. Nope, it's wrong spring zone. So there's nothing there. So that's a bug on the route. So that's not my fault. So therefore, we're just going to deal with it. So you can see this is the approach into Riesa. Yeah, so according to Dresden, lol, they removed the IC2 page. Oh well. Let's wait for those brakes to come off. They're now fully off. So put power on. Remember, we get limited to 45 because we've got the dreaded Zwang's Bringsun. I'm trying to learn German. I know it sounds like I'm a toddler, but deal with it. When you first started to learn English, I bet you didn't sound much better. Power off. And we'll just coast in from here. And so this is Riesa Station. This is where the route ends, so this is where the video ends. But I'd like to thank you all very much for watching the video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to see more from me on an increasingly regular basis. I feel like I'm really starting to get there with the uploads now. So, yeah, starting to get there now. So I say we'll pull into Riesa, get the doors opened, and outro the video. But yeah, I say comment if you've got any suggestions for other route learners you'd like to see me do. I'm going to be doing some in Austria. I'm not sure what order you've seen these in, so you might have already seen the ones in Austria. Who the heck knows? I certainly don't. Oh, right, pull forward slightly. Come on. No. Okay, I got his wrong strength zone somehow. Well, that's fine. We'll stop here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Riesa. Thank you so much for travelling with Deutsche Bahn today. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. That horn is horrendous.